people receive money, they do not plan for it. They just spend it easily. And there's a story that is told. Once upon a time, there was a man. He was very rich. He was the richest man in his region, long time ago. And he was not born rich. He had actually worked towards being rich. And because he had all this wealth and his children had grown, he only had one son. And he thought, if I give this wealth to my son, he's just going to squander it. So he called his son and told him, you know what, son? I have this wealth, but I need you to go away for 10 years. I need you to go out and become a man for 10 years. And I'll give you two things which I was never given in my youth. I'll give you this sack of gold, and I'll give you this sack of wisdom. So the son took off. And when the son took off, he started with the money. If you have never had your own money, when you get your money the first time, you're like, what? You just go out and spend it. So he started with the money, he met with some guys, and those guys told him, and by the way, he had also been given slaves and horses by his father to help him as he went away to another country for 10 years. And he met some other guys in the ship, and they were talking about horse racing and how he can make some money. And he joined them. And he lost a lot of money during that horse racing activity. He was later to realize that the people who were actually telling him to get involved in this horse racing were broken. Yeah, they were also going to get a cut from the money he was going to lose. Then that one was over. As he went on with his daily business, he came across another young man from a rich family. And he thought, oh, this guy will click because he comes from a rich family. And this young guy started telling him, oh, you know, I want to go back to my country and get some money. But in the meantime, they found a business they could do together. And what happened is that the guy eventually went back to his country, but after the business they had started had run down, and this guy had no money. And because he was the son of a rich guy, he had no skills and training. He thought he was going to inherit. So he had no skills to get a job, to get employment. What happened is that he sold his slaves and he sold his horses, and he was left with nothing. He just thought to himself, well, now I can't give up. I can't go back to my father because my father believed in me and told me to go and become a man. So he decided to get a job for organizing slaves. You know, he had that experience because he came from a rich family, they had slaves. So he was given that job, but because of what he had gone through, he started becoming thrifty. Oh, because before he got that job, well, now he had nothing completely. He decided to read the wisdom his father had given him. And when he read the wisdom his father had given him, he realized if he had read the wisdom before, he would not have lost all that money the way he had lost it. So when he got the job as a supervisor of slaves, he started saving his money slowly. And he would not spend a lot of money like the other young men around him. He would not go to the pubs and the lights. So he kept saving. And one day, one guy noticed that, how comes you don't spend a lot? And this guy asked him, do you have some extra money that you have aside? Because you know, the king is building some wall of the city, but they do not have the gates. So we are planning to put our money together with some rich other guys and go get some gates. So do you want to chip in? And the guy said, yeah, I have some money to chip in. So he chipped in what he got, and they went, got the gates and the key they brought back, and he made some money from that. And from there, he was able to make more money by getting, these men continued calling him for more businesses to partake of them. So that way he increased his money, and after the 10 years, he went back to his country, and he was narrating this story to his father. And you know what he told his father? He told his father, I'm bringing back this sack of gold. Let's assume he was given 1 million. So he brought back a sack of 1 million shillings, gave it back to his father to return what he had been given. Then he gave the father another sack of gold to replace the wisdom he had been given, because that wisdom really saved him.